Today in writing, we're going to talk about vocabulary. Vocabulary refers to the words we choose to use in our writing. Vocabulary has the potential to make your writing really interesting and enrich it, and it also has the potential to make your writing less interesting and kind of boring if you're not careful. And that's what we don't want to do. Sometimes in our writing, we tend to use overused words like nice and good, and sometimes we use them a lot, which makes it repetitive. Here's an example. I used to have a friend that lived up the block from me. She was my best friend. She was nice and good. She rarely made me sad or mad. Usually she made me feel good. One day I went to go to her place and I saw a big moving truck. I became very sad. I asked her about it and she was sad about it too, but said her parents had to move away for work. I walked home feeling bad. I thought maybe we could keep in touch, but realized it wouldn't be the same. I realized I was going to have to accept that she was moving. She had been such a nice friend. I didn't know if I'd find a friend as nice as she was. So if we look at the words that are in red, they're pretty simplistic, they're pretty overused, and they don't really enhance our writing very much. We want to fix that. One of the things we need to do is when we come across a word that's overused, like nice or sad, we can look up the synonyms to see what other words are available that mean the same thing. A synonym is essentially a word that means the same. It's just a different word, potentially more interesting. For instance, instead of saying nice, I could say kind, loving, accepting. Instead of sad, some synonyms might be unhappy, sorrowful, miserable, upset, heartbroken, or good. In the way we want to use it, good-hearted, lovely, dear, thoughtful. If you're stuck and you can't think of any synonyms or words that mean the same thing, there's some choices. You could ask a friend to give you a hand, or you could use the synonym feature on your computer that I'll show you at the end of this. Or if there's some dictionaries and thesauruses around, open them up to the word that you're looking for a synonym for and see what's available. So here's the writing again, and it just includes some more interesting vocabulary. I used to have a friend that lived at the block from me. She was my best friend. She was kind and thoughtful. She rarely made me upset or angry. Usually she made me feel loved. One day I went to go to her place and I saw a big moving truck. I became very upset. I asked her about it and she was miserable about it too, but said her parents had to move away for work. I walked home feeling mournful. I thought maybe we could keep in touch, but realized it wouldn't be the same. I realized I was going to have to accept that she was moving. She had been such a good-hearted friend. I didn't know if I'd find a friend as giving as she was. So to take a look at how to use that synonym feature on your computer, when you come across a word like nice, that's a bit overused, not terribly interesting, what you want to do if you're on your computer is highlight it like I just did here and right-click on it. And if I scroll down this menu, I'm going to see a feature that says Look Up. Sometimes over here it'll say synonym, but this one says thesaurus, as I mentioned before, except this is an online thesaurus. We'll click on it and we'll see what synonyms are available. See right here? Synonyms. So instead of using the word nice, maybe I could say enjoyable, agreeable, pleasant, good, fine. So you want to take a look and make sure that you're looking at a synonym that means the same and determine which would be the most interesting choice.